phone's off, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll.
There you go.
Here we are. We're live. It's 12 o'clock. It's Friday, just like every 12 o'clock on Friday. We are here live in the studio at WeBeam TV, having a great time doing Full Throttle Vision. Again, John, what episode is this? Is this episode 8? 8. So 2 months we've been doing this now, solid. The Ocho, like ESPN, the Ocho. We have some new guests in here with us. Let's everybody introduce themselves. First of all, we'll start with ladies first. How about that, Bob?
I'm Lexi.
Lexi is from The Manor, right? Is that correct? And we'll get to why Lexi's here with The Manor here shortly. And Bob, introduce yourself. Nobody cares because Lexi already talked.
I know. I'm Bob. We have Let's Ride in Hudson and in Newport Richey. It's a motorcycle gear and apparel and a service center.
You do accessories and stuff like that. You just had a bike night last night. You've been doing that for a long time. How long is bike night at the Hudson location going?
Well, the store's actually been around since 2008. We've been doing bike nights for a couple of years, once a month. Third Thursday of the month, we have entertainment, live band, food, all the different things you'd find. Full Throttle, Fran Hash Law Group is always part of our events. And we're just here to try to have a good time at our bike nights, get people into the store and promote our business through the motorcycle community.
Man, it's you've been there for a minute. Now you do consignment and resale and normal sales stuff, right? Is that how that works?
Well, we're licensed new and used dealers of motorcycles. We carry 5 brands, but the store on 52 is gear and apparel. We probably have 800 vests in stock, leather jackets, gloves, riding glasses, Gremlin bells, shirts, you name it, it's in the store. Everything you
have
you
a little
need.
bit of everything in there, that is for sure. I've been in there looking around going, oh my goodness, look here, look there. It's pretty awesome.
It's really hard to reach out all the people, and you know, with Full Throttle and the events that they have, we try to participate because all the motorcyclists are always looking for something to do, someplace to go, and you have to have a venue to advertise in. This, if you look at the screen, that was one of our grand openings for that store. We had Don Garlitz out there. We've had a lot of celebrities and things. We actually have a motorcycle.
Remember when he turned that thing on?
He fired it up.
Yeah, he fired that up, and it was crazy loud. I mean, I remember holding my ears standing within a few feet and going, oh my God, that thing is loud.
Well, it's awesome to have something a little different. We have some super late model race cars. We've had Don Garlitz there. We own a motorcycle that originally belonged to Jay Leno. It's in the store.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, the bike right by the door. He purchased new.
No kidding.
And it would be great to have him on the show. Anyway.
So these are pictures. Les actually stopped by the other day and took some pictures. This is the brand new facility. Where is that at?
This is the service center. It's in Port Richey on Springer Drive, the 1st Street north of Ridge Road. It's a full service facility. It's got 5 lifts, 2 mechanics, full staff, and we believe in doing everything right. Our labor rate is a phenomenal $85 an hour, which is lower than just about everybody, and we're doing quality work. It's professional.
Right?
Harley's well over 100, Sky's over 100, everyone's over 100. But we're trying to service the community, get the customers in. We have complimentary towing in some circumstances. And it's just here to service the community and hopefully see it do well.
You've been growing quite well. I mean, I love the place in Hudson. I saw how clean the new place looks, man. I know it's new, so you got to love a clean store.
It's going to stay that way.
Yeah, right. Everybody says that, man. That's always the hardest, is to keep it clean. Oh, look, you and Men up there. Look at there's you sponsored the expo. There's a picture right there in the top left corner, right underneath your logo. That's you guys got a sponsor.
That was a couple years ago.
That was. So let's touch on that a little real quick. You actually sponsor our bikini contest, which is our segue here because we have the Manor. Lexi sitting here with us.
We've sponsored that for a number of years now. The event down at Burt's, first of all, that new Harley dealership is just out of this world. He's done such a great job building it.
And it's not even done yet. You haven't even seen
gigantic.
The major thing yet. Bert was supposed to be on the show with us today. He got wrapped up, but we were going to get Bert here. The building they're building right now that isn't even finished yet is a monster. It's going to be...
It's amazing, and he's done a great job, and I've heard nothing but positive things about Burt's Barracuda. And, you know, when you're in the motorcycle industry, as we are, dealing with hundreds of customers all the time, what happens is you hear everything about everyone, and I've heard nothing but positive about that place.
He's a good guy, man. He's a negotiator. He's a businessman. He understands that there's two sides to every story. I've negotiated with him more than a handful of times, and it's funny, he understands your side, he understands his side, and you know he wants to sell bikes first and foremost. That's what he does. But doing other business, like we put this expo on there. There's a lot of red tape and other things you got to do, but he's great at figuring out an answer that best fits everybody. Well, and that's what you want in a person, isn't it? I mean,
what we look for when we get involved in events like with Full Throttle, Burt's Barracuda, and Fran Hash, we try to look for people that are reaching out to the community beyond selfish motivation. You look at Fran, she gives so much to so many, it's unbelievable. Bert gets involved with Fran, they're helping people. Those are the kind of businesses and people we want to be associated with. You know, we've done this for many years now, and we reach out. We've Christmas in November, bicycles for the children. I think we raised $14,000 with the Suncoast Brotherhood in November for that.
Yeah, that was great. With
it's all about trying to help. The motorcycle community is generous, but you have to respect that as well.
That is true. That sometimes people take advantage of that, and that stinks. But whenever there's somebody in need, the motorcycle community is always there to step up, and that's what's great. But again, we were talking about the Florida Motorcycle Expo, February 5th through the 9th at Burt's Barracuda. You're sponsoring the bikini contest that's happening Friday night. We got some great prizes. We got cash prizes. We're taking 10 girls. Trying to keep it nice because that's right before Uncle Cracker goes on Friday night. So I think Uncle Cracker is going to be a good party.
It's kind of tame.
Just a little tame. I mean, Uncle Cracker is going to be a hell of a concert right there. And then Lexi, you're from the Manor. That is, where is it located? Right on Ulmerton Road, correct? And fairly new, right?
I think it opened like 3-4 months ago.
3-4 months ago. I know they do it every Wednesday after bike night party, like a late bike night party on Wednesday nights. Everybody's right down the street from Quaker and Burt's. And what's nice is it's right down the street, and once you can party at Quaker Steak and Lube on a Wednesday night, then you jump over and you go to the Manor.
Yeah.
So I just realized my ringer was on, so thank God nobody called me, because I always yell at everybody to turn your ringer on while we were sitting there talking. But so after the expo every night, we're going to be throwing an after party at the Manor. That's our official after party. So we're going to be going there. I know they're going to have a little dance thing at the expo themselves. You're going to hand out stuff at the expo, correct?
Yeah, we have free admission and free drink cards.
All right, look at that. Free admission, free drink cards. That's nothing better than that,
That'll get them
right?
going there. Yeah, absolutely.
I have that belt in front of you, too. That belt's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this year we always do we always did a ring for our Bike Builder Invitational. And I went to go get the ring done, and I was going back and forth with the guy, and then Christmas and Thanksgiving comes, and I'm like, hey, let's get this ring ready to go. And he's like, I don't have time. I'm like, what do you mean you don't have time? I'm like, he goes, we ran out of time. It takes 10 weeks to get a ring produced, those Super Bowl championship style rings. And I'm like, okay, so what do I do now? So I said, that's it. We're going to make a cool championship belt. We're going to put some logos on there, but that's going to our grand champion along with this monster. What do you think about this, guys?
Oh, sweet.
It's a little big. Let's see if we can fit it in the camera here. That's, hold on. There we go. That's better anyway, right?
That's better. Can I have this?
Yeah, see?
Excuse me.
I'm just saying, this is goes to our champion of the Bike Builder Invitational. We're giving away $30,000 in cash and prizes in our Bike Builder Invitational, and I can now say it's international. We have bikes coming from Canada. It's going to be an amazing show. I don't know what to tell you. The bikes that are coming, talked to Corey Souza last night. Just great bikes from all over the place. With this expo, everything keeps popping up. The other thing that we got Latti's Burlesque Group on Thursday night between Jasmine Kane and Buck Cherry.
Those are where the contestants are coming.
Well, there's contestants. There's a picture of them right there. They're a full-on burlesque troupe. You got the girls. I got their names right here. Hang on. I'm somewhat prepared. Let's see here. I'm not prepared, actually. I see if I'm trying to find it. We got Tila Topaz, Neela Bean, and Ruby Vesper. So those are the girls right there. They're going to be doing a burlesque show, down to as far as I guess allowed to on stage. There, they asked if we should keep it PG-13.
You don't know what to say there. You don't know what's going to happen.
They said PG-13, or do we go? And I said, let's just play it by ear, and whatever happens, happens. You know what I mean? I'll just keep
what happens at the expo stays at the expo, right?
I'll keep the police's attention away from the stage for 10 minutes, and we'll do that. But that's between Jasmine Kane and Buck Cherry. You know Buck Cherry, right? Everybody know Buck Cherry? I mean, we actually sang some of their songs on this show not too long ago. We were singing Uncle Cracker and Buck Cherry and Daughtry songs, and it's pretty awesome. So, but you sponsored the bikini contest on Friday night, so we got a burlesque, Latisse burlesque troupe on Thursday, and we have the bikini contest on Friday, and we got a nice build up to Daughtry on Saturday. So,
the entire expo, just looking at it from a spectator standpoint, it's not only about who wins the build off in the motorcycles, all the people with motorcycles looking at the way these things are built. You're going to get ideas, parts, see things you don't normally see. And this is an opportunity to go home and decide what you want to do with your own motorcycle. It's more than just a show.
Or if you like that builder and the style that he built, you can go to that guy and talk to him and have him build you something. And that's what I always tell these builders, because it's a bike builder invitational. That's what we've been built on for all this time. I've added a lot of great bands, and it's kind of turning into a bike builder invitational and music fest now. But one of the things is the bike builder invitational is about seeing bikes and custom bikes that you wouldn't normally see. My idea of the bikes that I want to bring in are bikes you can't see in a parking lot at a bike night. You're not going to just randomly see them out and about. They're going to be very custom, very modified, very different style of bikes. So when you go and see that, you're going to go, oh man, I really like how you did that.
Outside the box.
If the owner's there or the builder's there, be like, I want you to do this to my bike. Now all of a sudden, you got to build out of it. You know what I mean? If you're that builder and you brought that bike, now that's how you win the show. It's that this is great and all. Don't get me wrong. Everybody wants to win $10,000. Oh, it's upside down. Everybody wants to win $10,000. But if you get 2 or 3 builds out of it that are $20,000, $30,000, who really won there? Who cares if this guy won it all? If you get 2 builds out of the show, that's how you win. That's what we're trying to do here.
And it's not only just that. Like the last several years we've sponsored this, we've been a vendor. We've set up, we've had merchandise, girls there selling it. You have a bunch of vendors. You have Amsoil, bike builders, parts. Bert's Barracuda's open. His showroom's open. All of his motorcycles are out there. If you're looking for a motorcycle gear, anything to do with riding, this is a place that you have to be. You can't miss it, let alone the girls from the bikini contest.
And this is the one thing that I love to talk about that people it blows their mind. We're on Bert's property, Harley Davidson dealership, correct?
Correct.
He allows iMotorsports, who carries Indian, to be on his property selling Indian motorcycles during this event. He allows Andrew from More Motor to bring his dealership bikes out there, and he has Harleys and Suzukis and Kawasaki's, but they bring their merchandise out there too. That's what it's about. My brother always said, the great phrase that I've learned: high tides rise all ships. You know what I mean? So whether you're selling a bike, I'm selling a bike, you're selling a bike, it's creating the biking community. You know what I mean? And I think it's great that Bert allows that to happen, and it's bigger than just a Bert's event. It's the Florida Motorcycle Expo, soon to be Tampa Bay Bike Week, and that's what we're turning this into, is Tampa Bay Bike Week. This it went from a 3-day event to now a 5-day event to hopefully a 10-day event, just like Daytona, and that's the game plan that we're going for, is Tampa Bay Bike Week in this Tampa Bay area. I mean, everybody likes Daytona, but Tampa Bay, there's more bikes per capita in I say Bay News 9 area, Pasco to Sarasota and Hillsborough and everything in between. There's more registered motorcycles in these, 6, 7 counties than anywhere else in the United States.
Oh, wow.
Look at the weather. Why wouldn't you want to be here riding a motorcycle? If you're here, why wouldn't you want a motorcycle? Come down, see us. We've got independent brands. Go see Bert. He's the biggest, best Harley Davidson dealer around here. He works with everyone. You've got all kinds of other options there. Like Tony had said, you've got Indian and other brands, Look at the motorcycles. Take one home. Make your wife happy, your girlfriend. Go for a ride. Have fun.
Or don't tell her and then deal with the repercussions later.
I heard
Right?
that for an extra tip, they'll make the receipt match what you told your wife.
Oh, really?
That's
You
what
know,
I
see?
only during the expo though.
Well, tax season's coming up, so you got to get that tax money to buy new parts and stuff like that. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to take a quick break, and what we're going to do is bring in we got a special guest. I'm going to leave it a little bit. We got Big Nasty from Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Before you take your break, let's ride 52 off of U.S. Highway 19, corner of Zimmerman and 52.
Couldn't miss that plug. I forgot.
That's our
I'm
gear
sorry.
and
I
apparel
love
store.
This guy's a marketing genius. He's
And
like, wait a second, I'm plugging my
Springer
shit.
Drive, Port Richey, a full service center. Come on down and see us.
Now, when did you open that, by the way?
It's going to be open February 1st. We're waiting
so
on a
you're
license.
just getting that open.
We're just getting this open. It'll be on the car. Everyone will be well publicized soon.
We're going to throw a big party there, I would imagine.
I would hope so. Drinks
I
on
do
you.
hope so.
I'll be
Hey,
there.
drinks. Wait.
You'll be here.
I'll be there.
Drinks
Okay.
on her. Wait a second.
Wait a
Drinks
minute.
all on her.
I
yes.
don't.
We'll
I'll
have
get
to-
in trouble. I'm
can
not
we
even
do a
getting in the
bikini
middle.
contest at your.
Absolutely.
I mean, you
You
sponsor
can bring your
ours.
burlesque. Have at it.
Can we bring burlesque to us?
Sure.
too? All right, I
big
like
party.
this.
It's a party.
It's definitely gonna.
You
Definitely
can put
gonna
a
be
poll on the list. I don't know. Anyways,
Look at this.
Come
This
on
guy-
down and see us.
He's got
Get your
ideas.
motorcycle fixed.
Listen, it's all motorcycling's all about having a party, right? Well, I mean,
Pretty much.
When you get on a bike, you want to go out and have a good time. Yeah, so it's what you want to do. Look at that. There's pictures again from your store.
It's an old picture, but yeah.
That's good though.
That
Don
is the
Garlett's
store.
bike was that's
He broke the world speed record in an electric car recently.
an electric car.
Yeah, he built
Don
it out of
Garlett.
batteries and capacitors and I don't know what else, but it won. It broke the world speed record for an electric car in a quarter mile.
Damn.
He's a great guy, but he's kind of wild. But
He's a wild. Well,
he's
go strap yourself in that rocket
in a bomb and go.
be a
Yeah,
normal person,
exactly.
you know, I don't think you can be a normal person and drive those cars like he does.
In our super late models, Alexa, her birthday was yesterday. She's 20 years old. We have some super late models running Citrus, 417, Bristol. And our driver is a 20-year-old female, Alexa Anderson. She's a wonderful kid, great personality, in college, third generation super late model driver, and she's a contender. Hopefully you'll see her in NASCAR move over to Danica Patrick.
Whoa, really?
Wow.
And is that one sponsored by Fran?
Fran sponsors some of our
Easy
cars
for
as
you to
well.
say.
Yeah, Fran's involved in everything we do. We love the lady.
Attorney Fran Hash is amazing. She's
One of the
back
biggest
cover.
hearts I've ever seen.
Yep, right there. You can see it right there. She did the 2020. She's always on the back cover of the magazine. Sponsors everything in a motorcycle world. Just really good.
She really cares. That's the difference with her.
That is.
It's
She's
from her
not an
heart.
attorney who spends money and says, advertise. If you get an accident, call me. She's there going, you know what? If you do go down, I'm going to come see you and, give you a hug and wish you better. And it's like, that's not just because they want money. That's their business.
She could retire. She's here because she loves it.
She does.
She wants to help people, children, people. She's a great attorney. She's got a building full of great attorneys. And she's at all the events. Brian's at all the events. Stop by the Fran Hash tent. If I had a motorcycle accident or a car accident, that is who I would go to.
That's very true. All right, we're going to take that quick break. Bob, thank you very much for coming. Bob
Yeah,
from
that's
Let's
better.
Ride.
Thank you for having
I was
us.
just pointing, but I'll do the handshake. Lexi, we appreciate you. And
Thank
we're going to have
you.
another Manor girl in here shortly. And we're going to have some more guests. So here we go. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Okay. How'd I do?
Good? That was good. I meant to give you that plug. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You can plug.
Oh, we're live here. Hold on one second. He was just explaining to me what's going on here. Look at this. We got we switched out. Number one, we got Katie over there. We're gonna do ladies first. Katie's from the Manor as well. Say hello to everybody.
Hello.
So we had two girls from the Manor come up to. We're gonna talk about that a little bit more. But we got the man, the myth, the legend right here. We got Big Nasty, Mr. Keith Kunzig. Say hello to everybody.
Ready to rock the house, guys. Buck Nation, you ready to roll?
That is so awesome. I've seen you a million times. I actually started doing some research on you before the show, and I watched this video, and I looked at the date of it. It's 2009. I was like, oh, my goodness, you've been doing this for quite some time, haven't you?
33-plus years, man.
Man, and what I remember, I think I heard this, you used to do it for one game. It was the Packers game.
Ah, you did your research.
I did a little bit of research. You only used to dress up and do the full face paint. Now, you see him sitting here like this. John, pull up a picture of what he normally looks like on every camera when it comes to the NFL. He's pulling up a picture right now so everybody can see. Look at, there you go. That's more like it, isn't it? Look at that face. Do you do the same paint for every show, or do you switch it up?
Actually, it's the same paint, but when we first started, obviously, they were all off the charts. I mean, we were just trying to experiment, but then, you know, I fell in love, obviously, like everybody else my age back then, loved Gene Simmons and tried to stick with the same face paint. And that's where I came up. The W, if you look in there, is like a W in the white, which stands for win. We just got to win some more games coming up here soon, hopefully.
I'm going to do everything I can not to talk football as much, but I am going to talk a little football.
I love it.
I mean, we have a lot of free agents coming up, and, you know, of course, Jameis Winston.
Hey.
Listen, I love the guy. He's got a short memory, man. He can go out there, and I want to hate, but I love the guy because he is a gunslinger, right?
Yes,
Let's face it. Let's talk a little bit of sports. You a sports girl or no?
Yes.
Okay. But you know, Jameis is a gunslinger. You got to have a short memory if you're a gunslinger. You got to not think about throwing that interception, because even that he did do 30 for 30, right? And he threw more yards than any other quarterback this season.
Thank you very much.
I hate on one side and I love on the other. I sit here and go, just knock go half of those interceptions.
1 year. 1 year in this offense. Bruce gets another year out of this. I'm telling you right now that, and if you really look at it, you got to remember the whole team, especially on offense, has 1 year in this offense, 1 year in this defense, 1 year in the special teams. But talking about Jameis, don't make the mistake, Buck Nation. I'm telling you, sign this guy. We don't need another Doug Williams where he takes off, or a Steve Young where he takes off.
And then he turns. Hey, that's a Bucks thing, isn't it? We've turned them all from. And didn't Vinny even leave us and go win a quarter?
Yes. You know,
even Vinny Testaverde. Now his son's with. Is his son with the?
Yeah, he
Vipers?
was on the team. No, well, I think he's with the Vipers now, but he was with us for a short stint.
Yeah, he tried out,
You know?
and I don't think he made, but I think he made the Vipers, which I mean, he's got a rich heritage in this area.
He played a game. I think he played the last preseason game.
I think he did too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm all about the Bucks. I got a Bucks plate. I'm a Bucks lover. I hate on them. I love on them. It's like I don't know what to say, but you sitting here with us, I mean, I've known you for a long time.
Absolutely.
Through doing the God, help me out, the Angelus. The Angelus. I've seen you every year
Deep
at the
in my
Angelus.
heart.
And the Angelus golf tournament, and then the Charlie Daniels. And you always come out there, and believe it or not, my ex-wife and son got to go with you to a game. Do you remember Tanya and Tyler?
Nasty for a day.
They
I
were
remember
nasty
that.
for a day.
Yeah.
And I want to say Steve Farrell won that and gave that to Tanya and her son Tyler. And they went out there, and I believe he face painted. You guys painted his face.
Yeah, it's an awesome thing. We do that every game, believe it or not.
Do you really?
Yes. And what we do is we donate a game day experience with Big Nasty, and we do live auctions wherever that charity is, like the Angelus or, you know, the Kind Mouse, just to name a few of the charities we did last year. But the neat thing is it's all about giving back, right? And that's Big Nasty giving back.
Did you ever think that painting your face for a football game would turn into you raising money and becoming, possibly becoming into a Hall of Fame?
No.
I mean, the intensity of becoming a Hall of Fame member. I want you to talk, because you were telling me when we were walking in what the Hall of Fame means, and I mean, it's intense. It's crazy. I want to tell everybody about that.
Well, to give you an idea, guys, everybody's wondering, well, wait a minute, I thought he was already in the Hall of Fame. Well, I actually did get inducted in the Hall of Fame back in 2001 with Visa, and it was an advertising thing, and we ended up getting lucky enough to be honored then. And then what happened? here we are, what, 2001? Here we are, 2020. Ford reaches out to me. Actually, the Bucks did, said they wanted to put me up for it, and I thought it was a huge honor. And this thing is beyond what Visa did. You're literally at the Yellow Jacket ceremony with all the Hall of Famers for 2020, meaning the players in the NFL. And instead of you getting a yellow jacket, you get a blue jacket. And what's really neat about it is they also give you a Hall of Fame ring, and you are permanently, not just temporarily, permanently enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. Absolutely amazing.
That's insane. That's so cool. That's insane. I mean, it's not Visa's big, Ford's big. I mean, those are big names that are sponsoring you. The Bucks are huge. I mean, just to fathom the idea of, hey, let's go paint our face for a game and be Bucks fans. Oh wait, now you have a chance of being in a Hall of Fame. Yeah. You already are in one. You know, you're already in it once at one point with Visa, but this one, I mean, a blue jacket to have something up there.
You mentioned, hey, what made you do it? Right.
That's what I want to know.
Well, you know, what happened was my brother had broken up with his girlfriend.
Always a woman.
Yeah.
Always a woman, isn't it? No, I'm just kidding.
And actually...
Yeah, see, she laughs over there. She knows.
He was down in the dumps, and I said, hey, bro, let's just go to the game, and let's just party and have a good time, and let's paint up. And I remember putting on this orange, because we were Bucko Bruce colors, orange back then, creamsicles.
Creamsicles.
I put this on, I mean, as orange as this, I put it all over my face. It looked like a giant pumpkin back then. And I swear, dude, after the game, we had the best time. And it was a Packers game. It was the Battle of the Pigs. 2 worst teams in the NFL, and we tied. Nobody even won. And the crazy part of it is we got into it, and we noticed the Packer fans always travel well. So,
yes, they do.
I mean, there was more Packer fans than Buck fans. And we must have took at least 300 pictures that day.
Back in the Sombrero, used to be more whoever we played against fans than Buccaneer fans. Listen, I went to a Sombrero game one time, and I said, God, what a horrible #1 state. That stadium was bad. But every
What do you mean? A fat guy's dream, man. We had the bench seats. You could take 3 seats, just scoot them out. It was great, man.
But it's so funny because those were the eras we don't even want to talk about, man. Those are the times when we could barely put it together 50 wins there, but good times, man. I love the Bucks. I've been a Buck fan ever since I remember.
So you're not a jump ship chump then, right?
Listen, I'm not a where we're at kind of guy right now because I'm like. But I want to see what we do with free agency. I'm definitely a football fan. I bounce between. You're gonna laugh because I'm from Ohio, so I'm a closet Browns fan right now.
Ah.
I am definitely a closet Browns fan, but I'm a Bucks fan all the way through and through. Man, it is love the Bucks. Love when they switched over the colors. I love the stadium now too. The stadium's great. I mean, every time I go to a game, they fire those cannons. It scares the living crap out of me. And I know it's coming. Or they get into the red zone. You go, oh yeah, there was a good play. Boom! You're like, what?
We need to hear more of that cannon fire, though, man. Even though we scored more than a lot of the teams in the NFL last year, but. Hey, we get Jameis signed, and I'm not talking no franchise tag. You get him signed to a full, long-term deal so you can spread that money out. You sign that entire defensive line because I don't know about you, but that's the first time I've seen a pass rush that we've had in probably many years, and that's a difference maker.
That defense, I don't know if they're going to be able to sign all of them.
I tell you what, sign the JPP. You got to sign Shaq.
He's got age behind him, unfortunately. But JPP's got, you got to sign Shaq, don't you?
Him back. Oh yeah, you got to sign Shaq first.
Do you know who we're talking about?
Yeah. Just say yeah. Just say
yes.
Just look in the camera and go Shaq attack. Sign him.
Shaq attack.
That's
sign him.
You're done.
He had more. He actually beat Warren Sapp's record this year in sacks.
Yes.
By one or by more?
I think it was 1.5.
1.5. Yeah. And Shaq was there, Warren Sapp was there actually to congratulate him. Did something on
Class
which
act.
is very cool, because Shaq. Warren Sapp's awesome. I mean, I've never got to meet him. I've heard good and bad, but I've heard a lot of good about Warren Sapp, and you got to meet him. I would imagine.
I love the guy. Are you kidding? I remember we were in Canton, talk about Canton because we go back every year since 2001, and we do a big thing with the J. Babe Stearns Center with the Professional Football's Ultimate Fans Association, where we're giving back. Now, you got to understand, you talked about the Browns. Well, this is in Canton, Ohio, and you're talking poverty area. And I'm telling you, those kids line up for a block and a half to wait just to get school items that we come out, and these are all the super fans across the country that get together and do this out of their own dime, and they go ahead and donate this for these kids, and it's simply amazing, man. That's the main reason why you go to Canton, Ohio, just to help those kids.
Again, it just all came out of, you know, like you said your story. Let's go have fun and paint our face and go do something fun. You know, that's, you never know where the world's going to take you. You know, especially with today's day and age, it's so much even more. You know, back then you never knew you were going to get even seen by a camera. Nowadays you can make a post and go viral in 10 minutes and do something good and become somebody that can make a difference. Making a difference there's a lot of things you can do out there in the world. You can make a ton of money and step on people all the way up to the top, and you're not going to feel as good as if you raise, you know, and you put a smile on a kid's face at Christmas time, or you give them school stuff, or you just make a kid smile who's in the hospital. There's nothing you can do better than that in life, in my opinion. I mean, I'm sure there's other opinions out there, but to do charity and to do good, it makes you feel good.
I got blessed. That you said, hey, would you ever believe it? It's a blessing to be Big Nasty. It gave me a platform for a way to give back, because believe it or not, this was a very shy kid in school.
You?
Oh, yeah.
I can tell. I can see it.
Very shy. And now it's like, don't even think twice about getting in front of a camera, getting in front of an audience. And, you know, whether it's doing the nasty for a day and raising money for charities, or the great things that we do with the Drugs Are Nasty program, where we're going to local schools and we need to get out here in Pasco.
Yes, we do.
Come on, school board, get that thing approved so we can get out there and help you guys. But I'll tell you, it costs them nothing for me to do it. I come out, has a great story. Say no, walk away and tell somebody. But it's all about storytelling and making a difference. And if we could save one child from making a mistake, that's what it's all about.
School makes a difference. I think school is very important in a kid's life. And I've always talked about this, how to go on a different tangent, but my daughter's very much into school. And you need that early good teacher to grab a kid's attention and make them like school. And after that, it doesn't matter if they get a bad teacher. You get a good teacher in kindergarten, first, second grade. Those are the most important, because if they start hating the teacher that early, that's it. No other teacher is going to grab them. And they already made their mind up, I hate school, I don't want to be here, blah, blah, blah. And I think teachers are way underpaid. They're with our kids more than half the parents are, you know, and I think teachers are way underpaid. I'm sorry to go off on this tangent, but this is a different tangent. But I just think teachers are very underappreciated for what they do and what they teach our children and where they're at 90% of the day.
They're our future, man. They're our future. We got to make sure we take care of them. You know, it's funny you say that. One of the things in the Drugs Are Nasty program, I talk about, hey, there's a drug dealer in this room. And we talk to assemblies now, man. These guys are full of gymnasiums, whether it's elementary or middle school or high school. And this happened to me about several years back, and it blew my mind. You talked about education. First thing I tell them, you know, you got a way out. I said, hey, I don't know who that drug dealer out there is, but you got a way out, and it's this place right here. It's education. And you hit it right there. That's your way of getting out. He goes to me, I said, but you can stop, and I'm not giving up to you, is what I'm telling the drug dealer kid. All of a sudden, I end up at a Buck game, and I'm on the field. I come off the field, and I'm going up to my seats, and the guy's yelling, hey, Big Nasty. He's yelling at me, which everybody does. So, you know, I'm like, okay, take a picture. I'm ready to stick my tongue out. Let's go. But no, all serious. Then, I mean, a big old thick kid, too. And he goes to me, he goes, you changed my life. And I looked at him like, what are you talking about? You know, I'm from Jersey, so I have a little bit of an attitude once in a while. So all of a sudden I go, excuse me? He goes, you changed my life. And he said it like, got my attention. And I'm thinking, hey, you remember that drug dealer in your Drugs Are Nasty program? And I'm like, okay, yeah. He goes, I was that drug dealer. I tell you right now, I almost crapped my pants.
Really?
Yeah, I was, and I had my daughter with me. And my daughter Destiny's sitting there, and we call her baby girl, and she's looking at it, and now I'm like, got to protect it. And I'm telling you, he's a good, thick kid. He goes, you changed my life. Came back and said that, and I'm looking at him like, what in the world is wrong with this kid? And then he goes to me, he goes, no, you did. He goes, that day, I was selling drugs on the corner just so I can feed my brothers and sisters, because my mom and dad were on drugs. And I had to support our family. He goes, that day, I went to my counselor, because you said somebody would care, and that counselor did care. And he comes up to me, I just want to let you know that I stopped selling drugs that day, he comes to me, and I just want to let you know this. You changed my life. There it is again. I go, well, hey, good for you. And he goes, yeah, and I want to let you know I just got a full ride to the University of Florida.
Oh, damn.
No,
That's
is what's
awesome.
Yeah,
Well, you had to have
I'm
chills.
already having chills.
I was going to say, you're like, hold on a second, something got my eye here.
Well, I'm literally got chills, and my daughter's almost tearing up, and I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, big old Husky kid, right? Oh, what'd you do, get a football scholarship? He goes, no, he got an academic scholarship to the University of Florida. So that goes to tell you, it don't matter what situation you're in, you can change any situation you're in to make it better for yourself. And look at this kid. Who knows? He's probably going to be a doctor, you know?
Again, and I just think that's amazing how in life you don't know where it's coming from. You don't know how it's going to get there. You see people go to school for whatever, and they turn around and do something completely different. And what do you do for a living? Can you say, or do you?
Yeah, I have my own financial advisory practice. My umbrella is under Ameriprise Financial. I'm in Seminole, Florida, and I've had it for, over 13 years now.
Which isn't really a glorious business where you're going to go out there and be in front of a million people.
Right, but it's similar. You're helping people,
You're helping people with their money and finances so they don't screw up. But the fact that what you do on the side is such a in your face kind of thing and help people and I love it. I think it's great. And that's what you do, what the biker community does. It's everything. I mean, we're super excited. Now, when do you find out if you're in or what's going on? How can people vote? Let's get into all that.
Well, to give you an idea what it is, we've talked about Ford, but it's FordHallOfFans.com/football. Let me repeat.
Can somebody put that underneath in the comments, please?
Yeah, FordHallOfFans.com/football. All you got to do is just click on it, and you'll see the cute little face painter. That's me. And look at Big Nasty. Click on vote. They're voting until the 27th of this month. And I need your votes, guys. I can't do it without you. Right now, it's a third that goes to the votes. Then it's a panel from Ford judges and a panel from the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And, we're going against some big team bases. I mean, we're talking their Twitter accounts are so much larger than the Buccaneers followers. But I think we're more loyal. I think Buck Nation is awesome. All I'm doing is ask you to do a few clicks a day if you can. It means the world to me, and I'll tell you what, I would definitely cherish the opportunity to represent Buck Nation and Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Well, Full Throttle has a nice little following of 144,000 plus fans, so we're going to do our best to push that out there to the people as well. I'll make sure we share it a few more times. I know you initially set up with Dan Sullivan, and he's usually here, but we're going to get that pushed out a few more times to see what we can do. Do you find out at the Super Bowl? Is this something that's going to be on
you were
TV?
talking about your thing on February 5th through the 9th. I'll find out. What happens is I'll find out on the 28th whether I get invited to the Super Bowl, and it's 3 of the 6. And the 3 of the 6 will have an opportunity of who gets to knock on the door on Super Bowl morning to see from David Baker, the commissioner from Pro Football Hall of Fame, to let you know whether you're in or not. He does the same thing with all the players. So I'm praying that big man knocks on my door, and I pray I even get to the Super Bowl because that would be huge. That means I make it to the next stage, and I need your vote out there, Tampa.
Wow. So are they going to? Is this going to be filmed like when they're doing a Super Bowl? They're going to bring this up and everything.
Very similar to what they did, like that big surprise they did with me, which you'll see that video with Derek Brooks.
Hang on a second. So you're telling me if you get this nod to the next one, we could possibly see you on the Super Bowl, during the Super Bowl, they're going to do something with.
Yes.
Do you realize that's like the most watched thing in the world besides WrestleMania, which will be here as well next year? Are you going to get you should get a promo on that too.
Well, it's funny you say that.
Well, you're right. World of Warcraft.
You ever heard of Nasty Boys?
Of course.
Brian Knobs, I just was talking to him yesterday. He got me some shirts. Because I said, I want some nasty shirts,
Oh,
buddy.
my God.
Oh, yeah, man. Me and him are close friends. Him and Sags and me.
So you just get Hogan out there. Who's all the guys that live here? Hogan, the Nasty Boys. You get.
Yeah, and God rest Rock, man.
Yeah, I know.
That's hard. It's hard
so
to hear.
I did see a picture of you with Roger Goodell, did I see that? I'm sorry that happened. I apologize about that.
I've never heard somebody get more booze in my entire life.
I looked and I said, I almost pulled that picture up and I said, I don't know if I want to pull a picture of Roger Goodell. But that was pretty cool. It had to be pretty neat to meet him, huh?
Oh, great. I met him twice because I go to the draft. And I met him in Nashville, which I could tell you.
Are you going to draft this year?
Yeah, it's in Vegas.
Yeah, that's what I saw. I was like, I told my brother, I looked at him, I said, hey, we should go to the draft this year. He goes, let me guess, is it in Vegas? I said, yeah, it happens to be in Vegas.
I've never been.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm
hey, let's go
looking forward
together.
to it.
Let's do it.
All right.
Can I get a face paint?
Yeah, that was the rule. You got to have the war
Listen,
paint.
I will start my uniform and everything right now. If you're going, I'll
We'll do
go.
some pink on the beard.
Oh, well, listen, I'll do it all. I paint this beard pink every October. So
I love it.
It's
There you
nothing that
go.
I paint this beard pink for breast cancer awareness because you gotta look out
what
for the
it's about.
best, right?
Love you, sis.
Gotta look
There's
out
a
for the
survivor
best.
right there.
Oh, really? That's awesome. That's and I do this. What we used to do is every bike night at Quaker in October we pick one of the Wednesday nights, and we make Full Throttle T-shirts, pink T-shirts, and we call it the Pink Out. And we get 2 or 3 people that are fighting breast cancer at that time. And anybody can come give a donation. We paint beards and hair and whatever you want to do pink. And we raffle off some stuff. And we take that money and we give it right to those 2 or 3 that we know at this time that are fighting. And we say,
that's
it doesn't matter if you pay bills, go to Disney, do whatever. You're the one fighting. You're the one doing the battle. Here's the money. Here's the split. Do whatever you need to do with it.
That's good stuff.
And that one, we've done I remember like $2,000-$3,000 and split it between, 2 people. If you put $1,000 in somebody's hand, they can either pay a bill or go grocery shopping or
Make it a little bit lighter on the situation.
they're fighting it. Whether you don't know their story, right? You don't know what they're going through.
Well, the thing is me personally going through it with my sister was, I'll be honest with you, there's nobody stronger than my sister. That's the strongest hero I've ever met in my life. Guys,
you can't see her. She's smiling at you.
And let me tell you something. When I say tough, she went through some issues where she beat it, and she had to have a surgery. And I can't believe it. Within 30 days, she did that 3-day walk. And I'm not talking staying in hotels like I would. I need a fluffy pillow. She's staying in pop-up tents, like hard pavement. I'm like, are you out of your mind? But she did it, and I remember I was so proud of her because, it was near the beach by Bay Pines they were doing
Is that
it.
the Susan G. Komen one?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I would meet her at every single stop, and I'm like, damn, I'm sweating like a dog just by driving there. And I couldn't believe it. She killed it, and I was so proud of her. I'm still proud of her to this day.
That's a big walk to do. That is I've looked into that, and I'm like, okay, I don't know if this overweight guy can do it.
What are you talking about? We're like meatballs. Put some spaghetti with us. She's skinny to be a spaghetti. We did 2 meatballs. Perfect.
That's too funny. Well, I want to thank you again. Let's give another plug to how do people vote. I know people are putting it on there. Again, Ford
Hall of Fans.com/football. That's Ford Hall of Fans/football. Like I said, look for the only face painter on there. And that's Big Nasty. Give me a click. I'd really appreciate it. And God bless and go Bucks.
That's right, go Bucks. So hopefully we get to see you on the Super Bowl, and hopefully we see you at the expo afterwards. You come back, we'll get you there.
Really?
And then I definitely want I'm serious. I want to go to the draft. I want to paint up. We're going to go to the draft.
We're in.
All right, we're going to the draft this year in Vegas. I'm going to paint up. Now, I know you paint people and stuff like that. Is there an official paint for other people that come in on when you do your Bucks Day?
I already got one. Okay. I got one for you.
Oh, he's already got it in
one for
mind.
you already.
I love it. You gonna paint your face too over there? What?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, there we go.
See?
See? Spaghetti and meatballs, baby.
Spaghetti and meatballs. I love it. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come right back. We're going to talk about everything coming up. We got Gibtown Bike Fest this weekend. And, of course, the Expo. We got some more stuff to talk about that. We're going to play a quick commercial. We'll be right back, everybody.
Oh my God, I'm like
It's been crazy. This is like the most we've switched people in and out. So we need your chair up even more. Hold on. We're going to get you up even higher. There we go.
Am I high too?
Again, we're working. This has been an insane show with everything going on. What do you girls think about Big Nasty? That was pretty cool.
No, that's
wasn't it?
really cool.
pretty cool.
That's,
I mean, and we were talking all the charity he's done.
no, that's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, just and to help a kid who that story gave me chills as I'm sitting here listening. I'm like,
Well, it's
wow.
crazy because I was like that kid, you know, like trouble in school and like didn't like have anyone, and I went to school to look for that someone who cared, you know. So like hearing that that touched my heart too. I didn't want to cry, but it's crazy. Like I used to work with kids too, in like high school and stuff, because I want to give back, obviously, and like hearing like how like he like touched someone that's now has a full scholarship at like one of the top schools
One
in
of the hardest
Florida.
schools to get into.
Yeah, it's like insane. It blows
It's
my
cool,
mind.
and again, I go back to you. Just think about it. That'd be like going one day and say, "Oh, hey, let's go dress up for the new Vipers team, right? Let's go do something for that." Well, you never know how good they're going to be, or if you turn in, then all of a sudden one day you could be the guy going into the Vipers Hall of Fame. It's like, wait a
insane.
second,
No, that's crazy.
Just how life is great. Life's always great like that. You
Always.
never know. You know. Again, we have Lexi and Katie here. Say hello again to everybody. Definitely, we got pretty girls, so we don't have just ugly dudes sitting up here, because that's how the show's been lately. Just a bunch of us guys sitting up here talking. And when we said, let's bring in some girls, we called the manor and said, hey, can you send some girls? So, because what we're going to talk about is the Motorcycle Expo coming up. That's what we're and some other events coming. So you have some information to talk about the manor. Let's do that. Lexi, tell us about some of the events that are coming.
All right, so on Monday nights, if you're in hospitality, you get half off of your tab. And Wednesday nights is bike night.
That's right, we do that after. It's a late night
Afterwards,
bike night.
yeah.
So you got Quaker Steak and Lube, and right around the corner, which is, you guys are on Ulmerton, and they're
Yeah.
on 49th Street and 19. If you know anything about the area, it's literally like 3 blocks up and 2 blocks to the right. So you do an after bike night on Wednesday nights, and then I think the first Wednesday we're there, and we give a trophy to one of the bike of the nights that show up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, is there any other
And
good
then
stuff?
tonight we have a top entertainer, and her name's Dynamite. So
Dynamite, very explosive.
yeah.
No, that's bad joke. Bad joke. So can I say?
And
But
we're open 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. every single day, except for weekends we're open later, because we just opened. So
yeah.
we're kind of picking it up still.
Beautiful club, like I
so
mean,
nice.
great club.
Insane.
Oh, I love it. We got some video. Look at this from the Facebook page. Beautiful club. Whoa, hello. There we go. I didn't know we could play that stuff, John. Okay, that works here.
So Shotgun
is
that White Claw.
Did somebody just shotgun a White Claw?
They
Is that-
did,
can you-
yes.
I mean, that's like.
It kind of hurts your. It's good, but it hurts your stomach afterwards, and you keep burping. Like it's worse than shotgunning a beer.
I don't know about shotgunning a White Claw. That might
Well,
be.
it's 100 calories. You don't get, you know.
Oh, is that what we're?
Yeah.
If you're
It's gluten-free.
shotgunning something alcohol-wise, you're not worried about the calorie count. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, and it's gluten free, and so I mean.
Oh, and it's gluten free.
Yeah.
There you go, Sean. You can drink that stuff. Well, your chair does not want to stay up.
It
does
doesn't. I
No,
keep-
here,
I
let's
feel
lift
like
it. Let's lift you up again. Here
I
we
feel
go.
like I literally keep sinking down.
It just keeps. It's like wait a second. I
Just
keep
like,
going down here.
careful.
Yeah, it's really
so-
classy. I love it.
What do you think about the bands we have coming to the Florida Motorcycle Expo?
I have no idea who Uncle Cracker is. I'm gonna be honest.
Uncle Cracker?
No idea who
Follow
that is.
me, everything
Oh,
is all
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
You know that song,
do,
right?
yes.
This is my favorite band ever.
What, Daughtry?
Yeah.
I can't pronounce their name, but
Daughtry's amazing. Like he was just on The Masked Singer, so he
Oh,
was
really?
he was
I
the
love that
Rottweiler on The
show.
Masked Singer, and nobody. A lot of people said they knew. A lot of people didn't, but he was just on that. Uncle Cracker and Buck Cherry, of course. Crazy Bitch.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Theme song.
I'm just saying it's not crazy. I didn't want to get hit with saying Crazy Bitch, but that's their big song. But we got a lot of great bands. Thursday, so we're going to start with go through this. If you got to bring up the bands and stuff like that. Wednesday night is a free night for everything. There's no charge to get in. We got Reverend Barry and the Funk. They're like a 12-piece funk band. A lot of fun. And then Thursday night, we got Jasmine Kane and Buck Cherry with Lattice Burlesque Group. We got a picture of the Lattice girls we can bring up real quick, too. That's a burlesque group. They're going to go PG-13 as far as they can go. We're going to look at the crowd and see if there's any kids or whatever.
have some pasties
Have a
on,
lot. They're
it's
probably
fine.
going to have pasties on. I mean,
Yeah.
but they've done it for a long time. I went to school with the girl who started it, and they've been doing our show for quite some time. And Thursday and Friday are more nighttime. It's 5 to 10 on Wednesday and Thursday. Friday is all day. Friday we start with Jeff Attolo and the Quarter Mile Rebels. It's more of a rockabilly sound. So he's great, dude. We've been a family friend for a long time. And then we go to the Bearded Brothers. Do you know who they are? The Bearded Brothers? Great band, a lot of fun. And then we have Uncle Cracker that night. So Uncle Cracker is going to be a lot of fun. Saturday we got Fade to Grace. Fade to Grace, Bobby Friss, and then of course Daughtry. And then Sunday we have Greg Billings Band and 22N with all of our awards, and we do a ride-in bike show and all types of fun stuff. So Wednesday through Sunday, it's a 5-day event. Thursday, Friday, Saturday are the days with the big concerts. It's $20 to go see them.
That's not bad.
No, $20 to go see them.
That's not bad.
$45 if you buy online to go see all three. Oh. That's what I'm saying, and it's
That's a great deal.
Oh
it is.
God,
It's an amazing deal to go see 3 bands. They're bringing in a country star on Wednesday, the night before the Wednesday that we kick off. It's $48 to go see 1 band at Janice Landing. It's $45 to go see these 3 bands.
There you go.
So,
That's a deal.
and of course, then you can go to the after party. Are we going to do some kind of get-in free if they show a wristband or something from the expo?
Well, we'll
probably
give
have to
out
work on that.
tickets.
We have free admission tickets.
So if they see us or they see one of the girls with a shirt like this,
With the Manor shirts?
Yeah, and then we'll
let's
just
see
go.
the shirt, the Manor. That was
There we
gratuitous,
go.
wasn't it? I just wanted to show the Manor. the shirts, of course. That's what we're looking at. The Manor, the Gentlemen's Club, right around the corner. You guys are a sponsor of the event and our after party.
Yeah.
We're gonna
there's
probably.
going to be girls there. I think there's a stage there too.
I think they do have a stage with a
Yeah,
pole. Would you think
portable
about that?
stage.
We're gonna have a stage with a pole at the Florida Motorcycle Expo.
There you go.
Hey, we're all about throwing a party and having fun. We're also
Nice.
going to have axe throwing. We talked to a vendor. You ever gone to a Renaissance Festival?
I did, but I missed. So
Oh, see? Well,
my aim is not that good.
Maybe you can't throw an axe.
Yeah.
Have you ever thrown an axe?
No, I don't think I'd be able to.
Oh yes, you can. It's real simple. You
We'll
just
see.
gotta
Just
flick
gotta-
the wrist. So we were talking to them the other day. We got flame people doing flame stuff like the
Like
hula hoops
throwing
and
or- oh.
so they're going to be doing that. We got a lot of entertainment for this event. It's going to be a lot of fun. Again, our bikini contest. If you ladies want to enter that is Friday night. Let's Ride. Bob, who was here earlier, is our title sponsor of the Miss Full Throttle Bikini Contest. And what we do with that is the girl who wins all year long, we try and bring out to events. We try and do a photo shoot for the magazine. So it's not just the cash prize. You get a lot of notoriety with it as well,
Sweet.
which is pretty cool. Let's see. This weekend, I know, is Gibtown Bike Fest. I know we have something we can bring up. It has all the bands on there. John, I can't see from here. You might have to bring it up and read it to me. So, who are our bands on Friday night? We got Cool Jam Luke, Bobby Friss, of course, and Highway to Hell, and Swipe Right. They go late into the night with these. So, Gibtown Bike Fest is awesome. It's over at the Showman's Association. And then, let's see what else we have. Saturday, we have Pancake Breakfast. I think I got it from you. Johnny Rockets, Cycle Circus, Georgia Thunderbolts. Let's see, Kentucky Headhunters, Jesse Breyer's band, Tattooed Sweetheart Contest. That's pretty cool. There's a company that does that Tattooed Sweetheart Contest. All the girls are pretty tatted up. It's pretty nice. Blackstone Cherry, Nothing Fancy, and Jezebel at midnight. And then on Sunday you got Johnny Rockets, Cycle Circus, Boss Hog, Victoria Roads, and then they end with Confederate Railroad. So all on the Fran Hosh stage, and the other stages, Attorney Fran Hosh, a major sponsor of Gibtown Bike Fest. You can see it on the cover of this month's magazine as well. Super excited for this event. A lot of people go to it. You know where Gibtown is on the other side of the bay? Gibsonton?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this is held at the Showman's Association where all the carnival stuff's held throughout the year. They have these big buildings that they put a lot of the like trailers and stuff in.
Yeah.
So they empty that out, and then they use that for the vendors in the big back area to
So cool.
put on the stage and everything like that. But when you go inside, they have this wall of pictures of like the circus that you've seen, like
yeah.
the 18-foot tall man or whatever, 9-foot tall man, and those 2-foot woman. But they have them all on the walls. Every time I go in there, I look at all the craziness that the carnival has brought over the years. But their hub is Gibsonton, Florida.
Okay.
Of all places, huh? I mean,
We'll stop
we can
by.
make a Florida joke there, but I'm not going to. We're just going to say that. So let's see what else. There's a million events coming up. Make sure you check our Facebook page. Again, we want to give them some love to the Manor. We're going to be doing every Wednesday night. We're going to be stopping out there after Bike Night at Quaker Steak and Lube. We're going to be going there after the Florida Motorcycle Expo, February 5th through the 9th. They're our after party. Got to love the Manor. Thank you very much, Lexi and Katie, for coming. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having us.
It's pretty neat to be on with, we got to talk with Bob, who's got a couple businesses in this area, and Big Nasty. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
So you didn't know who he was at first, did you, until
Yeah,
you
I
saw
need
the
his
face?
autograph now.
I know.
No,
Is
my
he still
dad,
here? I
my
hope he's
dad
still
would
here.
freak out. Just like, do you know who this is?
Be like, just, I Googled him before I got here. I didn't see him in any of the pic. I Googled Big Nasty, and I'm just kidding.
Can't even imagine what comes
Yeah,
up
oh
with
yeah.
that.
I was like, wait a second, I got to put Big Nasty Buccaneer fan, and that's when I got his picture. I'm like, don't just Google Big Nasty.
Yeah.
I had to clear my browser out of his history after that.
Whoops.
Too funny, guys. Thank you very much for watching every Friday at 12 o'clock. If you want to be on the show, let us know. If you have something coming up on our event, contact us. Dan put our information. I know Dan's out there sharing stuff. Put our emails and stuff in the feed. Let people know how to get a hold of us. And again, we're here at WeBeam TV, one of our great sponsors as well. John has done so much over the years, and we were doing this way before this was even a thing. Look at, I don't even know what they're doing over here.
My chair keeps
Oh, your chair
going
keeps going
down.
down.
I just
Look
keep
at
slowly
you. You are
sinking.
just. We should put a measure and just see how far it goes down. So we're getting here ready to say goodbye. Again, thank you, John. Thank you, Big Nasty. Keith, thank you, girls, for coming on the show today. Thank you, Bob, from Let's Ride. And we hope you guys had a great time. And please share this with all of your friends. Hit the share button. Put it out there. We
And the
appreciate you.
subscribe button.
That's right.
Always.
See ya.